élèves, si vous venez, voilà, allez, on vous attend. Merci.
Okay, this is one of 5 flight test aeroplanes that we used. This is the second of the 5. This was the very first A350 that we put a cabin interior in, that we put seats in, that we put all the storages in. So this was our prototype aeroplane for the cabin, which is why it has all this test equipment. This airplane is still a flight test airplane, we still use it for other tests. Collectively, the 5 aeroplanes flew for more than 2,500 hours. Many tests, because an aeroplane is a very complex and sophisticated piece of machinery. There are many things that we have to test and validate before we can deliver it to a customer. So far we have only delivered 10 of these airplanes, only 10. To 3 airlines. We delivered to Qatar Airways, we delivered to Vietnam Airways, and we delivered to Finnair up in Finland. So next we will deliver to TAM in Brazil, and then next year we start to deliver to Singapore, to Cathay Pacific, and of course to Ethiopian Airlines. We will get the first aeroplane next May, and it will be their very first Airbus. So for us, it's a big opportunity.
I mean, I'm going to be there just 50 kilometers beyond the meet.
Let me see what I can do as soon as we leave here. Let me check on my computer what I have, but I try my best to work out because the problems that we will see is just that I need to be able to put on the seats and then put it on the USB feed. Yeah? But I'll take at least, I'm around the whole day, so if you see me.
Let's see, okay.
My name is Frank Chapman. I'm one of the test pilots on the A350, and you find yourself here in the business class cabin of our A350 test aircraft number 2, MSN number 2. As you can see, it's very spacious, very comfortable for our passengers, and now of course it's starting to fly in service, and we're starting to get some very good feedback from our customers. We left Toulouse about 2 weeks ago. We visited Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and then of course the Dubai Air Show, which has been running for about a week. It's just finished. We've flown here for the demonstration today, and tomorrow we head back to Toulouse with the aircraft.
The best cockpit in the sky, as simple as that. No, really, it's a beautiful cockpit, and it's a common cockpit. It's a cockpit of the Airbus family, like the 330, like the 380. And it's of course developed by making a balance between communality and innovation, and we are very proud to bring here what I think is the best cockpit in the world.
Like how you compare with this Boeing Dreamliner?
I think your pilots will have to answer this question, but what we have done is we have tried to offer a wider one. It's wide. We have large displays, 6 large displays, where we can integrate all the information together, which I think is not exactly the case on the other product you are naming.
I have the great honor and pleasure of welcoming you to the demo tour flight of not only Ethiopian, but also Africa's first Airbus A350, which is the first ever Airbus purchased in the airline's 70 years history. We understand that many other important meetings and activities are competing for your precious time. Thank you for gracing this occasion. Your presence here is indeed a great encouragement and inspiration for both Airbus and Ethiopian Airlines. We are pioneers of innovation in African aviation, and we are committed to our customers in delivering technologically advanced products with the continuation of our unprecedented fleet renewal program. I know that I shouldn't talk about Boeing today. I apologize for that. John was telling me the same yesterday. But allow me to emphasize Ethiopia's continuous domination since the introduction of Boeing 720 in 1962 until today. with Boeing 720, 767, 737, 777, and 787. And today, Africa's first Airbus, with 315 seats that has set new standards in terms of passenger comfort and flight experience. This game-changing new aircraft is another major milestone for Ethiopia and a key element in our continual effort to deliver exceptional level of service to the African market and to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, before further ado, I would like to invite our own homegrown leader who made this day a reality with his astonishing, firm, but fair leadership to make our flag carrier airline a shining star on the sky, both as a national responsibility and as an icon of pride to the continent. Please join me in welcoming our Group CEO, Mr. Tawalde Gabromariam, who just arrived last night from Congo Brazzaville with a prestigious award as an Airline of the Year award, not only for the first time, but for the first time in a row from the African Airlines Association. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tawalde Gabromariam.
Excellency Ato Worqineh Gebeyehu, Minister of Transport in the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, our state ministers, my good friend Mr. John Leahy, Chief Operating Officer Customer of Airbus Group, Excellencies, Ambassadors, all distinguished guests, members of the media, it's a pleasure to have you all this afternoon with us to witness and experience the Africa's first Airbus 350. And I thank you in advance for coming all the way to grace the evening, the afternoon. Ethiopian Airlines has always been a leader of Africa's aviation technology. While this airplane is a new fleet for us, a new technologically advanced airplane for us, but our leadership in aviation technology goes back to the 60s when we introduced the first jet service to the continent, which coincided with the formation of the Organization of African Unity. So our growth has been aligned with the growth of Africa, the African Union, at that time the Organization of African Union. Ever since then, we have always led in the latest aviation technology in the world. Followed by Boeing 767 in the early 80s, we were the launch customer for Boeing, the first in Africa and second in the world. Again, with the 757, the same leadership followed. With the 777-200LR, again, we continued our leadership. And especially, and particularly, a milestone in our history, we were the first in Africa and second in the world, next to Japan, to take delivery of the 787. And history is repeating itself today and next May 2016, when we will be the first operator of the technologically advanced Airbus A350. This also marks another big milestone in our history, because this airplane will be the first Airbus airplane in our service. People have always been asking us, why is Ethiopian Airlines a Boeing airplane operator? Only Boeing airplane operator. But it has many reasons. One of the reasons is the size of the fleet. We have always believed that when we mark 50 plus airplanes in our network, then we will be ready for diversification. And accordingly, we have ordered 14 Airbus 350, the first of which will be delivered next May. The A350 has proved to be a reliable airplane with customers who have taken delivery. It's technologically advanced airplane with more than 25% fuel burn saving for the airlines, and environmentally friendly with less carbon emission, and many features, new features, comfortable services for the customer. This fleet is going to join our long-haul wide-body airplane, complementing the 787 and the 777, and it will enable us to continue with our fast, profitable, and sustainable growth in our Vision 2025. As you all know, in the last 5 years, we have doubled the size of the airline to become the largest airline today in the continent. We are the most profitable airline, and we are the fastest airline in the continent. The A350 is going to continue this growth and help us compete and win in the marketplace. And in our Vision 2025, and it's particularly the remaining 10 years of our Vision 2025, the Airbus A350 will be one of our core fleet. Starting next May, we will continue to receive the 14 airplanes in order. We have also a plan to increase the number of A350s. We'll continue to lead the continent in aviation technology, and we have been working closely with Airbus to make sure that we are prepared for the airplane. And this demonstration flight and the static visit of tomorrow will enable our technicians, our pilots, our cabin crew, our engineers, and the rest of the staff, and the staff of our partners, the Ethiopian Civil Aviation Authority, the Ethiopian Airports Enterprise, and the others to experience the feel and look of the airplane and prepare themselves for the service readiness. Let me take this opportunity to thank the Airbus Group for the opportunity of this demonstration flight, and particularly let me thank my good friend Mr. John Lee and his colleagues, the delegation, for coming all the way to join us today in this historic moment. I also thank our two brothers, Francois and John, who have always been with us, making the relationship as strong as seven. I also thank you, all of you, for coming all the way to experience the A350. I thank the Ethiopian government for all the support that they are giving the national carrier, and I thank the Ethiopian Civil Aviation, our stakeholders, the Ethiopian Airports Enterprise, Ethiopian Immigration Services, Ethiopian Customs, and Ethiopian National Intelligence and Security Services for all their support, because their support, had it not been for their support, we wouldn't have achieved all what we have achieved thus far. So without taking long of your time, as we are preparing to board the airplane, once again, I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tawde Gavamara.
A few by name, but there are so many here. Let me just say, Your Excellencies, thank you all for coming. Distinguished guests, there are many of you here, ladies and gentlemen, and all the rest of us, thank you for being here. This really, I promise you, will be a memorable afternoon. I think you'll be impressed with our flight. Now, my name, as you've heard, is John Leahy. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Airbus for Customers, but I'm here representing the management of Airbus. I know you're aware of the management of Boeing, but we're the management of Airbus. And we're very happy to be here because I think you really need to know more about our products, and I'm looking forward to the flight today. Now, I came today on the flight from Dubai. The aircraft was doing flight demonstrations at the Dubai Air Show. We're very pleased to be there. Quite a few customers. Remember, we have, and this is really true, 787 orders. 787 orders. There's something mystical about that. With 41 customers for our A350. But that number will quickly change because the fact is that we're talking to several other customers now, and including Ethiopian to buy a few more aircraft. Now, we flew over with the staff from the Dubai Air Show. Now, we flew at 43,000 feet. Very efficient up there, very smooth. The airplane is one of the quietest airplanes in the sky. See for yourself. Again, I can make some of these claims, but go check off the boxes. We were flying at 85% of the speed of sound, Mach 0.85. And I know the airline will be aware of this. We were burning about 2.5 tons of fuel per hour per side. And that really is amazing to be doing this in an airplane that in your configuration should have 343 passengers, I believe, right? Now, the seats on this airplane are bigger, especially in economy, than anything Ethiopian is flying, because we have the widest economy class seat. I designed it personally because I need to have a slightly wider seat than the average person. But it's good for all the rest of us too, because on long flights you want wider seats. You want more comfort. And by the way, we're at 43,000 feet in this airplane. 43,000 feet. And the cabin altitude was under 6,000 feet. Not much, but under 6,000.
All right, no thanks. There we go, right there. Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy birthday for Airbus.
Yeah, next year, 17.
Same time.
Yeah, 17.
That's amazing.
We have to work on this. It's
It's the same time. April, May. It's a coincidence.
Great.
Yes. The first Airbus visit here in Middle East-Ethiopia. Well, we've been through North Africa.